Hello, hello, happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? What's up? I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys. We're on the YouTube side of things over here, and today we're taking a look at CES 2024. I was there last year, boots on the ground. Got very sick and was very sick on the way home, but we did it. So this year we're checking it out from the comfort of our office. How's everyone doing? Has anyone ever been to CES that's watching? Let me check the sound real quick. I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit. It's a pretty crazy experience. There's a lot going on at CES. It can be kind of overwhelming. But also exciting. For me, kind of on the more press side of things, it's a fun way to, meet people and make connections and build those relationships that we're building virtually. Sending emails back and forth to people. It's a nice way to actually meet people in person and get to know everybody. And yeah, it can be a fun time. These days, I'm a little apprehensive about getting sick there. So I don't know. We'll see, I guess, next year if I want to go or not. So I've got a few things lined up here that were pretty exciting. But of course, as always, if there's anything specific you want to talk about, let me know in chat. I guess I can end our poll because our stream has started now. Let me know. Just put it in chat and oh, nice. We got 5 votes. Much excite. That's great. Okay, so let me post. This is the guide on 9to5toys.com for CES. If you want to just kind of get the roundup of everything going on that we're covering on here. This is something we're going to talk about. I just saw. I'm interested. I haven't really, all I've seen is this headline that Justin posted. I don't know too much about it. So I'm interested to check that out because, it looks similar to the Next Level Racing. What was it? The H8 or something like that. They have a haptic pad. Haptic. It's probably under that. HF8. So, be interesting to do a little comparison between these two and see what's different, because I think Razer's claiming a few things. So, we'll check that out. Okay. First thing I wanted to look at is something from, or maybe we should just, let me see if we can find it in this lineup here. MSI, the Claw. The handheld. So it seems like these are all the rage these days. Lots of companies coming out with little handhelds, which is pretty exciting. It's fun to see handheld devices that can play these AAA titles, and this one should really be able to do it with its Intel power. This is from Rika. So let's look through and see some of the highlights here. Intel's newest chips. Meteor Lake processor. Core Ultra 5 on a base 512 gigabyte. So there are a few different processor options here. Let's see if we can get to some of the different options here when it comes to processors and everything. I will say, I guess The only handheld I've really spent much time with is a Nintendo Switch, and in handheld mode, I don't find that layout to be super comfortable. This looks quite a bit more comfortable to me, which I would be excited about. So I think that'll be really interesting to see how that actually performs in the hand. .53 watt-hour battery. Let's see here. I think in Rika's article, she mentioned that that would give you a couple hours. 2 hours of gaming per session. So, not terrible. Not great either. I'm trying to think what the longest battery life on any handheld is. Like Steam Deck's not that great, right? I can't remember for sure. So, be interesting to see what that actually performs like as far as battery life. Hey, what's up, Goose? How are you doing? Hey, I think did you tweet at, or X post at me about testing the Bluetooth? I'm trying to look back real quick here on the Stealth. What do they mean here with the day to night? You can use it during the day and the night? A little confused about what that means. Ooh, game fancier. Fancy gaming. With lights. Tailored to your preferences, enjoy watching the lights dance to your favorite tunes. So, I tried it. The only... my MacBook is a 2013. And I tried connecting it to that, and it did not work. Worked flawlessly on my PC, but I couldn't get it connected to my late 13 MacBook 15-inch. So, I don't know. And I'm pretty sure I saw on Turtle Beach's website, it doesn't look like, as far as I can tell, OS X isn't included in this. So, I don't know. Doesn't look like it's officially supported, and I tried it. Like I said, this is an old, very old laptop. I'm finishing up the review this week. Maybe I can see if I can borrow, one of my buddies has a new one. I can see if I can try it on his, but currently, as far as I know so far, it's not working. Which is a bummer. You can use it on your smart TV. Okay, back to the Claw with its fancy buttons. No, I did not go to CES this year. So we're taking a look. We've been covering a bunch of news over on 9to5toys.com, so we're just taking a look at what are some of the big things that have been announced. Got a little list of things to check out. Check out the wing on that Mercedes. It's a big old wing. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if we can get our hands on one of these to try it out. Going to be a little bit of competition in the handheld market now, so that's pretty exciting. It's that is the MSI Claw. 120 hertz 1080p display, 500 nit brightness, Hall effect joysticks, which is great. I have to say the sticks in the Stealth Ultra feel incredible. Definitely one of the highlights of this controller that we're going to be highlighting in the review this week. Really, really good stuff. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next thing. Yeah, this is another one I had written down to check out. TCL, the world's largest QD mini LED TV, 115 inches. That's insane. We've done a couple reviews of projectors, short throw projectors, and I have a 100-inch screen set up in my basement for those, and that's what we've been using, and that feels like a movie theater experience. And this is just insane. 115 inches from a QD mini LED. It's just gotta be an insane experience. I'm sure it's gonna be crazy expensive. Almost 10 feet technically. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Ultimate home theater. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, spec sheet wise, a panel is pretty much always going to be better than a projector. But usually, like, panels like this are, you know, cost prohibitive, and it'll be interesting to see what the price of this is. Do we mention that at all in here? No pricing or a release date, so it's just kind of like a concept right now. Considering how well it did in the oversized TV market last year, expected to be expensive. Not like the $10,000 or $15,000, some of the massive models from those. So some of the other big three brands. Under $6,000 for the 98-inch. It'll be interesting to see how much it is. With that kind of budget, would a projector be better? I mean, the projector I'm using that we absolutely love, it's the AWOL. I've been trying to finish up a video on this, but running into some issues. So once we get those sorted out, I'll post kind of my final thoughts about it. We did a review probably last year of the 3000, I think, and then now we're using the 2500 Pro. No. Okay, I think last year we did the 3500, and now we have the 3000 Pro. Which this is $3,500, and then you need to get a screen, which are typically probably around $1,000 to get a decent ALR, ambient light rejecting. So you're looking at, yeah, less than that 98-inch TV. But it also depends on where you're using it. Like, these do well in a basement, even dimly lit places, but in like a super bright living room, I do think that even these with a ALR screen are still, they're not going to be as bright and easy to see as an actual, you know, mini LED display. So that's kind of where you got to figure out, you know, how are you using it, or where are you going to be using it, I think. What's nice, but do you have to whip your head around to follow the action? Nope. No, I mean, we're not like right up next to it. We have a kind of a deep living room, so we're seated pretty far back. But I'll tell you what's great is split screen multiplayer with some friends. You push that up a little bit, it's like everyone has their own 50-inch TV. It's a lot of fun. We had a family over this last weekend, 3 nephews, and we were all playing Mario Kart, which was a blast. And so everyone has their own, basically like 50-inch screen, like, you know, with the 4 little panels in there. So we were having a blast with that. It's a great way to relive the joys of split screen multiplayer. Typically, what I did last year was for my birthday in April. I usually do like I call it Jalopy Fest because my gamer tag's Jalopysaurus, and I set up a few projectors in the basement and big screens in my sim rig and just have some friends over and we play games all night, which is a lot of fun. So we'll be doing that again this year probably. We tried to do local area Halo this last year, but I didn't have it running through an actual network switch and never got to work. And so we were trying to do it through like the online matchmaking, which just did not work. So this year we'll get a network switch and it should work better. Never got to experience split screen. My only console was a Switch OLED. It's, oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty much all I did growing up. My parties in high school were Halo parties. So we just go over to a friend's house and get a case of Mountain Dew and stay up as late as we could playing Halo. 16 people in a basement or spread out around the house playing Capture the Flag on Blood Gulch. Good stuff. All that to say, this TV is insane. Absolutely insane. And then there was another TV we wanted to talk about from LG. Let's see if we can find that on here. World's first wireless transparent OLED. Which is pretty ridiculous. Justin put this one together. So what's interesting here is that there are a few different modes. You can do opaque, or I'm trying to remember where that mentioned that. Oh, transparent and opaque alongside some other always-on options. Yeah, I remember hearing a little bit about that as well. Does this say anything about... Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. No details yet for pricing and launch dates. So... we'll see, you know, what that actually means as far as it coming out. Oh my goodness. So this is the... What did Justin call this? The non-transparent version. 97-inch. First wireless OLED TV. $30,000. So what will the transparent version be? That's wild. But these are the kind of things that, you know, attract a lot of attention at big shows like CES, right? You do something big and crazy and not necessarily talk about the pricing and release date, but, you know, just show what you're working on. Get a little bit of press. And that's wild. I was trying to remember what else there was. It looked interesting in here. Seamlessly harmonizes with its environment because you can see it. Practically invisible when it's turned off. I wonder what, like, you know, with OLEDs, you always get crazy, deep blacks in your image. I wonder what that would do with something like this. Such interesting. I'm not sure why the image isn't loading. Let me try to refresh. There we go. You just put like a fish tank screensaver on there and it would look like a fish tank rolling around in your room. Oh yeah, I have a Honda Civic worth it. Exactly. That's wild. But, I mean, I don't know. It looks great. I guess if you have the funds, like, yeah, it could be a really cool thing to have in your house. Crazy. Okay, we talked about the TLC, the LG, the MSI. Oh, the other thing that I thought was interesting was this Samsung music frame device. So they have their frame TVs, which are meant to look just kind of like artwork sitting on the wall. This looks like basically the audio version of that. And I'm pretty sure it's just a standard picture frame. It's not like a smart frame or anything like that. Well, not exactly a smart frame. I believe it just holds, yeah, a real photograph or artwork. So you just put whatever you want in there to act as a piece of artwork. But then you have this kind of satellite speaker that you can put around your room. And so it doesn't look like a speaker, but it can provide some wireless audio, which is interesting. I've always really been interested in the frame TVs just because, like, in our living room at our house, you know, we don't really want to hang a TV in the living room. But something that was the frame that looked, you could have it look like a piece of art when you're not using it. I always thought that was really interesting. Very cool concept, like how the HomePods can be linked together. Yeah. And I wonder what the connectivity options are. Like, can you link them? I'm curious. Yeah, do you create a surround sound, or because we're calling it Atmos, do you create an Atmos setup with these for your frame TV? Has built-in SmartThings smart home connectivity, as well as support for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi audio streaming, with the ability to connect to Samsung TVs and soundbars, where it can be used as an additional surround sound speaker of sorts. Okay, great. It does not have support for whole home or multi-room audio, as far as we can tell. That's interesting. I don't remember what all you can do with SmartThings, but I'm pretty sure with AirPlay 2, you can set up multi-room. So maybe, I wonder if it has AirPlay. Let me see if I can find a little more information about that. I don't see anything additional here. Got a pair of the HyperX Cloud 3 wireless. Nice. Yeah, I feel like you can't go wrong with those. They're like the HyperX Cloud lines. Just, as I said, they sound good and are very comfortable. I wish the design was updated a little bit. They still feel a little like, I don't know, early 2000s gamery kind of to me. I think they do have some black colorway options now, which make it look a little bit not as visually loud, but that's my only complaint with those. Otherwise, they're solid headsets. Yeah, this is really interesting. Kind of reminds me as far as comfort. QC25, 35. As far as the actual feel of it. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I always enjoy those. Okay, let's see what else we have here to check out. Ooh. 3 new RTX 4000 series super GPUs launching later this month. Stay locked to our YouTube channel if you want to find out a little bit more about these. I guess it's been announced. I can probably say what we have. Let me just check the embargo. Yeah, I'm not sure what all I can say right now, so I'm not going to say anything else about it. But stay locked to the channel if you want to know more about new NVIDIA things that we will most likely be featuring in the near future. So we've got the 4080 Super. More CUDA cores, faster memory. Same memory, capacity, and power draw. Got the 4070 Super, much more affordable $600 price point. 4070 Ti Super at $800. So yeah, some interesting things from NVIDIA that we'll learn more about in the future. I'm just looking through here again real quick to see if there's anything else. Samsung's new Neo QLED. Oh, nice. That's great. Yeah, it seems like the right time to do it. Wow, fastest production drive in the universe with nearly 3,000 megabytes per second. That's wild. Transparent micro LEDs from Samsung. Sweet. Okay, so the other thing that I really wanted to talk about was that haptic thing from Razer. I'm checking our toys chat real quick here to see if there's anything else that's been coming out since we've been chatting. Doesn't really look like it. Okay, so world's first HD haptic gaming cushion for full body immersion at CES 2024. I'm curious how this compares to the Next Level Racing, which we'll see here in a second. Because that came out last year. I'm gonna turn my music down just a little bit more. Hey, what's up, Chris? How are you doing? We're just checking out some of the announcements and releases from CES. So this is 2:30. So they also did a V2 of the Isker with 6D lumbar support. Yeah, this isn't Razer's first haptic thing. They had the headsets for a while, right? I don't know that I ever actually tried one of those. Hyperspeed wireless. Blurs the boundaries between physical and virtual. Take a seat at the forefront of gaming immersion and dive into a whole new world of full-body, high-definition positional haptics. Limited to one-dimensional feedback. Its Project Esther concept with far more advanced system leverages 16 haptic actuators that allow users to integrate multiple devices into the experience and customize the directionality of the feedback. It can also automatically translate incoming audio signals to haptic response as well. Huh. And this is still a prototype, which I feel like it's maybe 50-50, maybe even a less of a chance that these concepts from Razer actually reach the market. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see if it actually comes out, but it's just a concept for them. But I mean, this, I guess maybe it kind of depends on how the software handles inputs for it, right? Would that be the biggest difference between something like this, the one from Next Level Racing? Right, and I know that's what Next Level Racing was directly targeting with this one. I'm trying to think what other things, like an FPS game that has like more, like directional impacts, like, oh, you're getting hit from the right, would like the right side start to vibrate, so you know that that's where the enemies are firing from. It could be interesting. If your butt starts vibrating, you're like, oh, I'm getting shot from behind. It's interesting. And I have the butt kicker on our sim rig right now, which is just, vibration on the seat, which is fun. It's nice. It can provide a little more immersion with sim racing games because you kind of feel like you can feel the revs of the engine, which is pretty fun. It's interesting trying to mix all the different things that it can detect and, that it can actually vibrate for, like impacts and going off the road are sometimes very aggressive. And all that, you can adjust a little bit with their software. It's pretty interesting, but this is an interesting concept as well. Does that mean you'll need a dongle for your chair? Probably. Right? Hyperspeed wireless. Tether free. 2.4 gigahertz. I mean, there's a chance that they could do multi-point pairing. I can't imagine that this would require more bandwidth than like a gaming headset audio. But I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. Pretty interesting. Let's check out the Isker V2. Oh, was that not... Let's see here. Okay, yeah, we just result to go to Amazon here with these. I've never actually tried the Razer chairs. I'd be interested in trying one out sometime. I've been very happy with my Secret Labs I've had for the last little while. Okay, anything else? That's pretty much all that I had. Written down as the things that I want to really check out. Is there anything else other people want to chat about from CES or other new exciting things? We can look through a little bit more here. TP-Link. Smart home stuff. Yeah. Anything very exciting that you've seen? You've been interested in? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. TP-Link. I mean, I use TP-Link routers here, which I've been very happy with. Is that HomeKit? Is that Apple's ecosystem? HomeKey's a feature from within HomeKit, allows you to unlock your door via NFC on your phone. Nice. You just wave your iPhone or Apple Watch in front of the lock to unlock it. Also features 6 other methods for access. I also like how subtle the camera is in this. You know, some of the other smart locks that I've tried, it feels like the camera's pretty large and visually obtrusive. That's pretty nice. And it has the fingerprint reader, keypad, Tapo app, physical key, voice commands. That's pretty cool. One of the things that I checked out, was it last time or maybe it was the first time I was at CES, was a Lockly lock that trying to remember. At that time, it was like the most ways in one to unlock your home. I don't remember exactly what that secure Secure Pro. That was it. Excuse me real quick. Saw a lot of family over the last couple weeks, and I think I picked up a little something. But yeah, this is cool. I like how simple it is for how many features it has. Oh, nice. Lockley's got a new one too. Time for the cough drop. Ooh, that one got me. Okay, I'm back. Just hacked up a lung. Yeah, that sounds great, except I'm doing dry January. No hot toddies for me. Been pounding the tea, though. Let's check it out. Yeah, this was the one that I reviewed after seeing it at CES a couple years ago. So what's the... Smart lock, doorbell camera, and solar panel. I just feel like visually these are a lot louder than that TP-Link. I like this. Chris, I'm so glad you're here. Pretty sure you saw an iPhone tour. Of course you did. By scanning your face. Whoops. It's not what we need. I'm gonna look down here through the news, see if we can find it. Sennheiser had a few new things that look kind of interesting. This also looks kind of interesting too. We hosted a bunch of people, over the holidays, and we're using our record table, our turntable a little bit more frequently. And so I'm kind of getting back into looking at what all's available for that. Oh, there you go. Justin got it for us. It was right below the GPUs we were just looking at. I'm going to line up Matterlink Hub and Apple HomeKey Smart Lock. First major push into the Matter standard this year, adding backward compatible Apple Home, Google Home more support, alongside the new Visage. So it does that mean that it will be adding HomeKey to previous products as well, or is that just with the Visage? Ready to upgrade your existing systems. Interesting. Oh. Okay. Visage will be HomeKey, Apple Home compatible. Okay, so it seems like it might be just this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, Chris. How funny would it be if it actually looked like that when it was scanning your face? This grid shows up. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. It'll be interesting to see if we can try some of this stuff out. Our home it was built in 1935 and has some pretty old door and lock technology because of that. Like incredible doors, like they're very high quality. But the locking system is not one you could just swap out with newer like deadbolt systems like this. It has a whole bunch of stuff integrated inside of it with like the little push to lock or unlock things on the side of the door. So I haven't really looked into getting some of this stuff as much recently. Our garage has more of a standard setup, and my door to my office here has that kind of more standard setup where I could use something like this, but it's not quite the same experience as like a new home where you're putting this at your front door. Currently, I don't think I could get that set up at my house. like all the smart locks and things we've reviewed in the last 2 years. How long have we been here? 2.5 years. Like pretty much that's all been on my garage here. A hidden bar? No. Not that I know of, at least. Maybe I just haven't discovered it yet. Yeah, it has a hidden cabinet in one of the rooms next to the fireplace, which is kind of funny, but it's not big enough for a bar. Sadly. Our old home, hey, how's it going? Our old home had a, like it had the basement, like pretty standard basement. This one was, that house was built in the early 1900s, but then it was moved to a new place in like the 50s, I think. So it had a pretty standard basement, but then the owners must have been worried about bombings, like nuclear warfare or something like that, because they made this huge storm shelter, bomb shelter thing that punched through the foundation and that went out underneath the front yard, which we never used because I was always like, if the house collapses during a tornado, like how are we going to get out of here? Have to stock it with like a pickaxe or something to chew our way out. I just thought it was really interesting, and we would always just like use it as just kind of like, you know, we would always show it off to people whenever they came over, but we never actually used the room. It was so creepy. But that would have been a very interesting secret bar, but a very creepy secret bar. Anything else that you've seen, Chris, that caught your eye here with CES? I don't typically pay super close attention to the smart home side of things, so it's interesting to see some other call-outs there. Become one with the mole people. Yep, exactly. Woof. Yeah. Well, we'll start wrapping it up here pretty soon. Feels like my cough's getting worse. Didn't they announce a bunch of more OLED monitors? Oh, I'm not sure if I saw that. Do you know who that was? Was it everybody? Oh, actually, now that you mentioned that, wasn't there a like double ultra wide from who was that? I saw a new like massive. It was bigger than the like standard 49-inch double ultra wide. What was that? Sorry, I'm looking real quick here. Okay, here's something from The Verge. Asus 480 hertz OLED. Yep. Yeah, we took a look at the transparent OLED. That's wild. And that 115 inch from TCL. So this is from The Verge. 480 hertz OLED. Maybe we'll get a upgrade this year. Never owned any of them. Yeah, there will be a very small percentage of people that do. But that small percentage could probably buy like 5 of them. Never own or rent a place big enough for 10 feet TV. Yeah. Yeah, you never know. You never know. That projector, our projector fits pretty well in our basement here. "27-inch 1440 OLED, 480 hertz." Sounds very interesting. Yeah, I saw a story about that. That's wild. ROG Swift, 27-inch form factor. That sounds very interesting. What was that? I'm going to see if I can find that monitor I was thinking about. The like super ultra wide. Oh, here we go. This is from Engadget. 57-inch ultra-wide monitor. Which is like kind of the more aggressive, like Samsung Odyssey curve. Mini LED, 120 hertz refresh. Oh dang, massive resolution. You can do side by side, picture in picture. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. I think my voice is going. Yeah, so these are kind of interesting. I have the dark matter 1440 version of something like this, the 49-inch that I use over my sim rig. So bigger would be more interesting to try over there too. And I think that the more aggressive curve would also fit better for the sim rig. So, alrighty, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Tomorrow night we'll be back with another Forza live stream for the new weeklies. I think it's... Oh, that's an interesting idea. Just putting them in your tea. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the tip. Tech tips and life hacks. I'll have to try that out, Chris. Thanks. Yeah, tomorrow night we'll be back doing some Forza. I think we're going to do it tomorrow evening again rather than Thursday morning like we did last week. I think it's D-Class, and I'm trying to remember what the other one is, but we'll probably be doing D-Class multiplayer, so that'll be fun. Probably busting out some BMWs. can't catch anything if you don't go outside. Well, the thing was, we had a bunch of people over here, so we stayed inside with a bunch of other people's germs. Well, no, I guess we went to my parents. We did go outside. Actually, that's probably where I got it, because my brother-in-law and nephews were sick. But it's all good. It's good to see them. Okay, thank you all for hanging out, chatting, talking about CES 2024. Some interesting things there. Nothing has really like blown me away that I've seen yet. I think this year's gonna be pretty big for handhelds, with the new one from MSI and some of the other competitors. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that space. Where'd it go? As far as just like the gaming side of things. So interested to see what happens there. Hopefully we can get our hands on some of these throughout this year and see what they're all about. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting. Tomorrow night at probably 8:15 Eastern, we'll be live again with some Forza multiplayer. So hope to see you there. If not, we'll catch you next week at the same time here for Tech Talk Tuesday. And we will be finishing up, well, the goal is to finish up the review of the Stealth Ultra by the end of this week. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. And yeah, that's kind of the schedule for the next week. But once again, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you for the next one. Okay. Bye.